Hi everyone, welcome to another lab session. Today we have a couple of tasks related with the unary operators. Again, we are continuing learning our operators. First lab was about the arithmetic operators, and right now we're gonna work with the unary operators. Again, as operators is not a difficult subject, but how we implement it in the tasks, different tasks, it might be challenge. And this one a little bit we discussed last lab as well. Right now the questions included more algorithm, so we need to think some algorithm and we need to convert those algorithm into Java code. All right. Hi Jundullah and hi Asya.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
So, okay, let's start. Today I think we have a couple of small tasks related with the unary operators. Then we have a little bit longer tasks. So we will do all of them first in the same way how we did last time with the drawing. So we can picturize in our mind. And then we're going to move on to IntelliJ. And we're going to run in the IntelliJ one time. And then we're going to see the results. Okay. Asya, you want to start with this 4 small tasks?
Yes. Let me start.
Okay. All right then. So right now you can just go to our drawing page. And screen is yours. You can just do one by one and explain us how to use these incremented, decremented operators, including post and pre verses as well.
All right. So first task. First of all, we have declared one integer x and assigned the value 2. So let me type the value 2 here. So our x value is 2, and there is no value for the y yet. And then in second line, we have declared y and assigned it with the x values. So x value is still 2, and y's value, because this is post increment, so just the x values itself will be assigned to y. So in here, y's value is 2, and here, because this is post increment, again the x value is increased by 1. Plus plus means adding 1. So now x value is 3. But again in the line 2, like, because we only we are here just printing the y in here, so y's value is remain the same, which is just 2.
Okay, perfect. Basically, here's the tricky portion. When we say int y is equal to x plus plus, even though x is 2 and then we are using the increment operator, y value is not becoming right away 2 plus 1, right? Why? Because x doesn't have pre-increment value, is a post-increment value. So first of all, y is getting the old value of the x. Then when we move on to system out println y, at that moment, x new value becoming active in the memory. So that is the only difference between the pre and then post increment or decrement. All right, perfect. Let's keep continuing on the second one.
All right, second one, it's also post increment. So right now we have declared x value with 2, and in the system printout we are printing the x value. So again, because this is post increment, the Java will print the x value as 2 still, and then it will increase the x value, and in the second time when we print the x value, it will be increased, which is going to be 3.
Perfect. Basically, again, initially our x value in the memory is 2, and then when we move on to system out println x plus plus is gonna print still 2. Why? Because x plus plus is not pre-increment, post-increment, meaning is gonna print it the old value in the memory of the x, which is the 2. But when we move on to last line, which is the system out println x, then we're gonna print the new value, which is the incremented value of the x, which is the 3. Perfect. All right, Asya, let's move on to third one. I think we are going very well.
Third one is pre-decrement in here. So first, again, we declared or initialized x value as 2. And in the first system println, we asked Java to print the decrement first. So, and then print the x value. So it's going to be decreased to 1. Now x value is already decreased because it's pre-operator. And now in the second system printout, we're asking the x value itself, which is 1.
Yes. Basically, the only difference between the third question and the second question is, in the first question, in the second question, we are using the post, right? X plus plus. But in the third question, we use the predecrement, minus minus x. So we're going to basically, the new value of the x is going to be reflected right away. Okay, let's move on to last one.
So last one, here we have post decrement again. So first of all, we declared x value as 8, and there is no value for the y yet. And then we declared y variable and assigned the x first, and then we decreased. So x value is still the same, 8, and y's value in here in the second line, we're gonna assign the x value to the y first, so it's gonna be the same. The value is 8, and then now, like when it comes to the minus part, the decrement part, x value is decreased by 1, so now x value is 7. And in the system printout, we ask the value of y. So the previous value of y was 8. There is no operator yet, so the value is 8.
Okay, perfect. Basically, yes, our first x value is x as 8. Then int y is equal to x minus minus. So what's going to be y value? Y is going to be 8 or 7. Is going to be still, is going to be 8. Why? Because x minus minus, post decrement. So right away, we're not going to see the incremented or decremented value of the x effective on the y. So first int y is going to be equal to 8. And when we move on to next line, system out println y, we're going to print the 8. But the x is going to change to 7. Decremented is going to be implemented. All right, perfect. I think these are all our 4 small tasks. If you want to see, let's go to IntelliJ right now also. Let's print those are in the IntelliJ and see the output.
All right, so first operation, it's post increment. Let me uncomment this and run the code. Let's see the result. So I got 2. So the value of y is increased.
Yes.
Yes.
Basically, this is what we found it in our drawing as well, right? Basically, our y value was 2. Perfect. Let's do the second one.
Second one, let me uncomment that and run it. So this is post increment. That's why when we print, we just get whatever we have assigned originally.
Okay. So basically here, in the drawing also, we put one more step extra. We printed out the system and x. Basically, we wanted to see the last result also. But as we see, x plus plus is 2, whatever we see in the IntelliJ right now. And then system out println x is the 3, the last point basically. If you want to see, let's do that one also to matching with our drawings. Can you please go after line 20 and can you add one more println of the x, system out println x? Okay, let's run right now. And then let's see the, you see, basically 3 also we see right now, which is the updated value of the x.
Yes.
Okay, let's do the last one also. Actually, we have 2 more, sorry. We have 2 more.
Yeah.
Third one.
So third one is pre-decrement. Let me uncomment and run the code. So we have x value 2 and we decreased first and then we got the result.
Okay, let's run it. So basically we see 1. Okay, let's do same thing here. After lines 27, please add one more system println and then print the x. So basically 1 and 1. Perfect. Yes. Okay, let's do the last one also.
Last one. So here we have x value, and then it's a post decrement.
Okay. So basically is 8,
Once-
right?
Yes.
Okay. How about you wanna print the x as well? Let's see
Yes,
the x
I want
value
to see
also.
the x.
Mhm.
Let's run this. Just
And that is 7, like how we did in the picture.
yes.
Okay. I hope is clear. Again, these subjects can take a little bit more time. Okay, and specifically, still, if you don't have any so much like math background, this little bit can take time. But again, like, what is the best practice to like the increase your skill on this kind of questions and algorithm? Practice, practice, and more practice. Okay. Thank you, Osia. I think it was good. Let's move on to next task. Jundula, I think it's your turn.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can do it.
Let's
Izzy.
again, please, let's go through our drawing first. Let's go with the explanation with our drawings. Then again, we can go to IntelliJ and run one time in the IntelliJ.
Okay. So let me do it like this. So let me explain the table first. So we have a table here, and we have 2 rows in that table, right? It says A in the memory and also A in the equation. So we have a long equation that we use A all the time for all the values. We post decrement, or I don't know, pre-decrement or post increment and pre-increment. We do these kind of operations on the A, but everything is happening in the same line. So maybe, yeah, it might be better to use some table like this so that we can see the steps happening in the memory, and also what's gonna get into our equation as a value, right? So here, in the first step, our A is 50, right, in the beginning. So we say here in the memory as a first step, it's gonna be 50. Okay. But the first thing in the equation is minus A, right? So we have pre-decrement. So before we put anything in our equation, before we take any value from A, what we need to do? We need to decrease the value by 1. So here, the value is gonna be 49. And since this is again pre-decrement, which value should I pick? Should I take 50 or 49? I think I need to take 49 because I need to take the value that has happened after my decrement, right? Because
yes, if it is pre-decrement, right away all the new value in the memory is affected basically. Yes.
So let me put the new value in my equation here. So here in the first minus A, I'm gonna use 49 as the value. So let me also type it in the bottom. Okay. And in the second step, we have A++, which is post increment, right? So the first thing in the memory, I have 49. Since this is post decrement, I'm gonna take the 49, which is the first value in the memory, right? And I'm gonna use that one in my equation. So I'm gonna type 49 here. Then I used 49 in the equation. I'm gonna increase the value by 1 because it was post.
Basically, when you do
so
A++, again, you are not getting the new updated value of the A right away. Always you use first the old value of the A. Why? Because the post decrement.
Perfect. Yes, that is correct. So let me continue with the next step, which is A minus. Again, we have post decrement here, right? So since it is post, I need to again use the old value, which is gonna be 50, right? So right now it's 50 in the memory. I need to use this value in my equation. So I will say here 50. Oops. 50. And after I'm done with using this value, I can now decrease it, right, to 49. And as the next thing, we have A++, which is again post increment. So which means again I'm gonna take and use the old value, which is 49 right now, right? It's 49 in the memory. So I'm gonna use this one. Let me put it in the equation. Let me use it in the bottom. And then it's gonna be increased to 50, right? So right now, as you see, the A is gonna be the sum of all these numbers that we have in the second line. So 49, 49, 50, and 49. So I need to combine all of these. I need to add all of them together to get the final value of the A. So it is gonna give me, I think, 197. So this should be the answer to this question, and it should print 197 in the
I
screen.
think Junullah, you did very good job. This was a little bit challenging. Okay, it's a kind of like mind-blowing question. But again, the main part here, you always need to check the pre and post, and you need to pay attention. Pre is becoming directly active whenever you're using, but if it is post, you always first using the old value of the variable, right? Perfect. All right, Junullah, if you want, let's run this one in the IntelliJ also, and let's see the output, and then we can move on to one other question. I think we have one more.
Okay, so let me run it. So let me uncomment the question. So yeah, we have the same equation. Let me run it. Yes, I see 197.
Good job. All right, let's move on to next one. Let's do same way, Junullah. Let's first explain. I think it's helping us to understand better. Let's go to drawing, and please explain the question step by step, and then we will go to IntelliJ and run, and then see the output in the IntelliJ as well.
Okay, so actually we have the numbers here already,
Okay.
I think. So maybe I can just explain what's happening.
Or if you want to
here.
delete it, maybe we, like did it before, that's why it still stay. We can remove it if you want, and you can explain.
Okay. Okay, let me delete everything.
Let's make it more difficult for you, okay?
Okay, no problem. So here we have something very similar. We have x value, which is 4, and we have y value, which is gonna be assigned after the equation that we have in the second line. So let's start solving the equation. So here, the first thing we have is minus x, right? So let me put actually the value of the x first here. So it is 4 in the memory. It starts with 4 because we assigned 4 in the beginning. And since there we have pre-decrement, we need to pick the new value, right? We need to use the new value because we need to decrease first, then use it. So if what's gonna happen if I decrease it, it's gonna be 3. And then I need to use that 3 in my equation.
Because it's a pre-decrement. Right away, we are using the active value in the memory.
Yes, that is correct. And the second thing I have in the equation is multiply by 4. I'm not gonna do anything here related with memory because there's nothing changing in the memory when it comes to x and y. And I'm not gonna put anything related with equation as well because it's
this is not a variable.
This
is not variable. We are not keeping anything in the memory. This is just any like integer number. Okay.
Yes, that is correct. And what I need to do, I need to go to the next one, which is I need some subtraction here, x plus plus. I need to subtract x plus plus. So, but as you see, this is post increment, right? So, which means first I need to use the old value. So, what is the value in the memory for x right now? It was 3 earlier, right? So, it is 3. So, I'm gonna use this 3 in my equation here, and then when I'm done, I'm gonna increase my x to 4, right? So at the end, what's gonna happen? My x is gonna be 4, and my y is gonna be the result of this equation. Let me see. So 3 times 4, which is gonna be...
Yeah, let's type it 3 times 4. Let's put our arithmetic operators as well.
3 times 4 minus 3, it's gonna be like, right? So, and the result will be 9.
Yes. Perfect. All right, let's run in the IntelliJ as well and let's see if you did correct.
Okay, so let me go to
Again, we always
IntelliJ.
trust the IntelliJ. If IntelliJ give the same result, you are good. If not, you need to go and check your code again.
Yeah, that's correct. So I uncommented the question. So let me run it. Yes, I see x is 4, y is 9. So
Okay,
we
perfect.
solved it
Basically,
correct.
both result is the same. Perfect. I think this is all the tasks, right, we have. I think you guys did perfect job. Any question?
So I have a question, Azi, actually. Recently, we are dealing with operators on mathematics. So in the future, are we using a lot as well?
Okay, this is actually a very general question. You know, people hate math, right? That's why if you see any math question, plus, multiplication, everybody says, oh, this is so difficult, right? Actually, the good thing is, no, you're not going to deal so much math-related stuff, okay? I mean, first, like, you definitely we're going to use the decrement operator, pre-increment operator in the loops and other subjects, okay? But it's going to be in very simple format, like just +1, -1, okay? Definitely we need to understand the working mechanism, differences between the pre and post. But are you going to deal with the, for example, Jundullah example, right? That long one, minus, a plus, plus. This is a little bit too much. No, you're not going to deal with that much. That's the good news. But you can ask also why we're doing this task. The reason why we putting this task specifically in our curriculum, because this kind of things is going to help you to increase your algorithm skill as well. All right. So do not hesitate to solve more question like this, and then do not kind of like disappointed if you cannot do it. Just push yourself. Again, this kind of question is going to help you for the next labs as well, for the different subject. Why? Because again, whenever you're working on this, you're pushing your algorithm skill. And when you increase your algorithm skill, you're going to do easily other tasks as well. Okay. But for your question, Asiya, yes, we're not going to deal with so much math stuff. But again, still work on this kind of tasks to increase your algorithm. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect. Thanks so much, guys, Jundullah and Asya. And I think you guys did perfect. And I will see you guys on another lab. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye everyone.